Well, here's a question for you. How'd you sleep last night? Do you even know what a good night's sleep is anymore? Believe it or not, a good night's sleep for women is different than for men. And that's important to know because doctors say quality sleep is one of the most important contributors to a woman's health. So how do you know if you're getting the quality Z's you need to live life to its fullest? Well, sleep expert and author of 2 books about sleep, including this one, The Complete Guide to a Good Night's Sleep, is Dr. Carmel Harrington, and she joins us to offer some insights on sleep. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Dr. Harrington.
Oh, thank you, Lisa, for the opportunity to talk about sleep. I'm very passionate about it and really passionate about women sleeping.
Yeah. And you were saying that you see sleep as the 3rd pillar in health along with diet and exercise. Why is that?
Oh, absolutely. Look, we've known for quite a long time now that if we don't eat well and if we don't exercise appropriately, our health will suffer. But for the last 10 or 15 years, the research is really clear that if we don't sleep well as well, also, we are much more likely to develop depression or poor mood state. A sense of well-being is impacted. But we're also more likely to develop chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure. We're more likely to put on weight, and it is a risk factor, lack of sleep, for developing breast cancer as well. So just as if we don't eat well and don't eat well or exercise well, we're likely to develop a disease or disorders, so too it is with sleep. They're all equal. 3rd pillar of health, absolutely.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about this survey where you found some interesting facts about, or interesting findings about women and sleep.
Yeah, look, women actually recognise that they may not be getting the sleep that they need, and about 1 in 3 women rate their sleep as not very good or terrible. So that's not great at all. And 1 in 2 women wish they got more sleep. But I find it a bit frightening that this survey showed that only 19% of women thought it was a health improvement they needed to make, even though most of us knew they needed more sleep. And that's because they don't recognise sleep as fundamental to health. These women were rating exercise and nutrition higher than sleep. But my message to listeners and to viewers is that indeed they're unequal. We have to pay attention to sleep.
Now I have to ask you, you're talking about women. There is, you say, a difference between men and women when it comes to sleep. What is that?
Yep. Well, actually, throughout their lives, women require more sleep than men, but will have more trouble getting it. So as a population measure, we need between 20 and 30 minutes extra per night. And if we measure our sleep alongside our partner, so we go to sleep when they go to sleep and get up when they get up, we're going to be sleep deprived. Okay, it's as simple as that because we need more sleep than men. But we have problems getting it because our life cycle is very different to men as well. So men go through puberty the same as women, but that's when their hormones stabilise. Women's hormones don't stabilise then. They vary throughout the life cycle. So they vary around the monthly cycle, they vary around pregnancy, and they vary around menopause. And if we don't realise that each of these life stages presents its own particular problems and particular sleep problems, we're not going to give ourselves the best opportunity to live our fullest life.
And we all know how that feels, some of us not getting enough sleep. So do you have any tips for getting a better night's sleep?
Well, first off, we have to start prioritising sleep. A lot of women, and this is, we're all guilty of it, we're so busy. We've got children, we've got partners, we've got work, we've got everything, social contacts that we keep up. So we tend to put sleep at the bottom of the list of things, to do things. Now, what I want to see is women putting sleep up at the top. Okay, they will factor in, their need to go shopping for food or their need to go exercising, but sleep has to be there as well. So once we factor in that priority, then we're more likely to develop good sleep practices to allow us to get the best sleep possible.
Dr. Harrington, thank you so much. And if you would like to read more about what Dr. Harrington discussed today, go to wboc.com and click on our picture at the top of the page. Well, Dr. Harrington told us how important it is to make sleep a priority. Maybe you want to do that, but you have trouble dozing off into la-la land. Here are a few tricks that may help. Studies show lavender may do the trick. Sprinkle a few drops of lavender essential oil on a piece of tissue and tuck it under your pillow. Research shows that the scent of lavender eases anxiety and insomnia. The sleep experts at PRMC say it's also a good idea to turn off electronics 2 hours before bedtime. The glowing screens from our gadgets and devices emit a blue light that is much like sunlight, and it suppresses melatonin production. The temperature of your bedroom is also important. Sleep experts say people tend to sleep better in a cooler room. Try setting the thermostat to 65 degrees when it's time for bed. It's also important to keep the same bedtime every night so your body doesn't get thrown out of whack. Yes, even on weekends. Certain foods may help too. You may eat oatmeal for breakfast, but have you ever thought about having it for dinner? Studies show oatmeal is warm and soothing, plus rich in nutrients that can help support sleep. And according to Women's Day magazine, some decaf varieties of tea, like chamomile tea, can help get you into sleep mode. A lot of those suggestions sound so easy, I might just have to give them a try before I go to sleep tonight. And while we have that cup of tea, many of us like to spruce it up with some flavor. Well, it turns out something you put in your tea may actually give you a double dose of a natural sleep aid. Sean, you have more on that.
That's right, Lisa. It can be purchased at any grocery store and is found in most of our kitchens. It's raw honey, but we've just touched on the sweet stuff's hidden benefits.
Honey. You can do more with it than put it in your tea. First off, honey naturally suppresses a cough. That constant tickle in your throat or that cough that just won't quit can be stopped with a spoonful of the sweet stuff. Studies show that it even works better than a cough drop. Also, honey soothes burns and can be used by putting it on a minor burn to stop that stinging feeling. Honey also has an anti-inflammatory effect that can prevent the burn from getting infected, which means a faster recovery. And honey provides sleep relief. It helps in the action of tryptophan, which causes people to be tired. Finally, another benefit of honey, it boosts our immune system. Honey contains phytonutrients that have antibacterial and antiviral properties. These help your immune system fight sickness. Try any of these tips to receive all the benefits honey has to offer.
Honey also helps to heal wounds. By placing honey on the wound, it helps to sterilize it and also helps prevent scabbing by keeping the wound moist. Just add a layer of honey to the area, then add a cotton ball, and then add a bandage.
And I love honey. I mean, just honey in my tea, honey, and all these good benefits. It may just be the secret to good health. Still ahead, we'll hear what one man calls the secret to good health at 100. The co-founder of the famous chain Friendly's is sharing 100 years of happiness and health and how he got there.
Plus, something that certainly travels a long way, a message in a bottle. We'll hear the story of one family's find and the message it shared.
But first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Cherie with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Cherie Coleman with this week's Dollars and Cents tip. Almost everyone has the desire to live the American dream of home ownership. But many people don't know how to make that dream a reality, much less an affordable option. Many people perceive renting a house as costing less. However, this is not always the case. While purchasing a home can be a big investment, we also know that it has a huge payoff in the end. As a homeowner, you're investing your monthly payment into physical property that you own, and with a mortgage payment that can be substantially lower than rent. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or simply looking to refinance for a lower rate, there are local programs that don't require any money down on homes up to $250,000. Think of the benefit of not needing to come up with 10 or 20% down. Your payment can be even less without the need for private mortgage insurance, also known as PMI. That could be a huge savings on your payment each month. To get started, all you need is a reputable, local, and trustworthy mortgage lender like Sussex County Federal Credit Union. So start shopping today for the home of your dreams. Together, we can achieve more.